corded phone. You pick it up and it's got a dial either on the other side or it's got push buttons. You know, it's heavy.
Yeah.
And she says, well, you have to have a phone outlet. You have to plug it into to the wall for the phone, for the outlet, so you can connect. That has to be taught to them. You have to call the phone company and get connected, and then you have to have a number to dial to talk to somebody.
Right.
This all has to be taught. It is not something they're going to pick up on board a UFO. And that's what abductees, not everybody, but that's what some abductees are being used for now. And it's, now, let me just say, it's much more complicated than this. This goes on, and it's always surprising and amazing and distressing and depressing all at the same time. The problem here is as follows. Even though they're 17 years old or 18 years old or 19 years old, and they really look human, they can pass. And I won't even go into the whole process of making sure that they can pass and having abductees pass judgment on them on board a UFO, saying this one doesn't look right, this one is not going to be able to pass, but this one looks like he can pass and all that. Even these ones look human. People call me up and they say, I think my roommate's a hybrid. The answer is, they say he looks really weird and he acts strange, and the answer is he's a weird, strange-looking guy. He's not a hybrid. These hybrids look human. They're not weird at all. They don't look weird. You cannot tell the difference. But now I just lost my train of thought. I can't remember what I was going to say. The point is that here's the point.
Yes.
They are human. They are human. Except for one thing. They can control us neurologically, and they can do it from a distance, and we cannot do it to them. That is a huge difference.
Very big difference.
It is why I think that this phenomenon is a catastrophic event that we are looking at. I hope to God that I am wrong. I hope that this is a fantasy that I've just hooked into and that I have been misled. I hope that I'm just a fool and I can't tell fantasy from reality. I hope that is the case, because if it isn't, we're looking at something that I really do not like. I don't want people to tell me that. I don't want to hear it. I began to run experiments. I began to say, before we do hypnosis, I'd say, you know what you're telling me, that how you sort of, at night you woke up and then you saw this and you saw that. You know, that really sounds like a dream. That really does. That's a dream. That is a dream. Then I do an induction for hypnosis. They couldn't care less what I commanded them just a few seconds before. They just start telling me, well, they're taking me out now and this and that, on and on and on. I just told them a second ago it was a dream. They don't care what I say. All they know is what they remember. Or I tell them, no, I don't want you to tell me anything that's going to upset me. I don't want you to tell me anything bad. Don't tell me. You will not tell me anything bad. They couldn't care less. Once again, all they know is what they remember. They're doing this, they're doing. I can't persuade them not to tell me that.
Yeah.
And so the point is that I have enough cases with this where people have said, well, do you think hybrids are walking around among us? And I used to love that question. I loved hearing that question because it gave me the ability to sound rational, to sound logical, reasonable. I'd say, absolutely not. There's no evidence whatsoever that hybrids are walking among us. Period. Now when people ask me that question, I have to say, well, I can't say no anymore.
Yeah.
I want to say no because it makes me look like even crazier than people already think I am. And yet I consider myself an honest academic, and I have to go where the evidence leads me, even though I don't want to go there. I hate it. It makes me look bad. It doesn't do anything for me. It's all negative. And yet I have to say, Yes, I do think that there are hybrids walking among us now. I think the evidence is finally has pushed me to the point where I have to say yes.